It is Book Talk time. We are talking with the amazing Angela Montoya, the author of Carnival Fantastico. Look how pretty this is. Oh my god. I don't own your regular book. I was just like, Target exclusive? Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. And there's a bonus
It's
chapter
I know I
in the
haven't read
20.
it yet. I
Yes.
haven't read it yet.
Wait till,
There's a
yeah, you have to wait until you read the whole book before you read that,
I have read the whole
But
book.
oh, okay, perfect. Well then good. You're ready.
We've read the book. We've talked about the book a lot. We
Oh, yeah.
so I will say, and this is we're not trying to fluff your head or anything like that. I believe that the first chapter of Carnival Fantastico may be one of the best well written chapters to pull you into a series that I think I've ever read.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna accept that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna walk in that for the rest of the week. That is so nice of you to say. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that was actually something that like several of us have said. It was just like, did you read that first chapter yet? And I was like, I haven't gotten to it yet. And I read it. I'm like, oh my god, did you read that first chapter? It was an amazing like we loved A Cruel Thirst. It was a great book, but this first chapter just felt like different on a whole like other level. So like give us
Oh my god.
some background on the book itself, like where did it come from and things like, because I know you were working on it the last time you were here. And so yeah, give us some stuff.
Yeah, Carnival Fantastico, it's like it's been a whirlwind experience writing this book and just I guess just being an author is just a wild experience. So it's like as you're writing one thing, you're promoting another thing, you're talking about an old thing. And so it's like this weird, amazing, creative hellscape that we live in as authors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the hardest part for me is also like taking time to consume art as well. Because that's really where I get so much inspiration from. The idea for Carnival Fantastico came a few years back. I think I was writing A Cruel Thirst at the time, maybe, but I was reading Ravel by Lissamia Smith. And it is this amazing young adult romantasy about a family of performers on this island in New York in like Prohibition era. And the magic system was so like cool, and everything just felt like so big and angsty. And I just loved it so, so much. I was like, oh, I want to write something that feels like this, and I wanna read more stuff that feels like this. And I right around that time, I reread The Night Circus, and, I read Divine Rivals, and so it was like I was just getting so much inspiration from the stories that I was reading. And then slowly the idea started building of like, what also feels like this magical, mysterious, dark sort of thing. And then so slowly I started coming up with the idea of a magical traveling carnival. And of course, carnivals, like the heyday for me is like 1920s, 1930s. Um, Heyday in the sense of like that's when, they had, I think, were starting to gain popularity. They were terrible. They were awful. The more research I did, I realized, oh, not great. And so I wanted to reform and reshape what a carnival looked like, but still made it terrible in its own ways.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the 20s and 30s were like, yeah, that definitely the heyday, but that is like prime Ringling Brothers and PT
Yeah.
Barnum. And it's just like, oh, he's it's definitely he's definitely not the greatest showman. Like,
Yes, no.
great movie, don't look that into as a documentary. No.
Oh, you do not. You do not. And I did like I wanted to do a lot of research, and it's just something I love doing with any book that I do. And yeah, as I was learning, I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah. Hugh Jackman was nowhere in sight.
No. No. I know the P.T. Barnum story, or at least I know some of it, and then every now and then I'll come across a story. I'm like, oh, he's so much worse than even I thought before. So like I loved The Greatest Showman. However, there's people are just like, oh man, I didn't know P.T. Barnum was so cool. Like he's not. Stop that, please.
No, it's not out here
Um,
dancing and frolicking, you know. Great.
no, he's not. He's sewing people back together.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
But
it's
not
very
not
very bad.
Carnival Fantastico. Although it is, but not
I
not
mean,
that sense. No, it's bad too. But it not,
it's it's bad. It's bad. There's some
yeah, okay.
exploitive things going on. Yes, he's
Yes, it is also
he's
bad.
he's P.T. Barnum south of the border, but for very much more nefarious reasons.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
like we're not gonna get too much into spoiler territory, but man, it it
yeah.
it it felt like such a very sweet book, and it was so much fun and so nice and so fun and fantastical. And then it turns. It
Yeah.
turns and it gets ugly. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I you completely fooled me on the plot twist. Like it was good. Like but again, going back to that book, the first chapter was so good. It set the mood so well. It introduced our characters. Esmeralda was fun and feisty. She was annoying as shit sometimes, but like it's that miscommunication trope. You either love it or you hate it, and you did it very, very well.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Yeah,
yeah,
I knew
because
it was gonna be controversial. I know everybody has their opinions on it, and you're totally valid. I love miscommunication trope. I can't get enough of it. So I'm one of those, people that just love it. I love when like the characters you just want to scream at them. Like that to me is gold. I just want to strangle them. That's when I know I'm in.
like when I was a kid, I grew up watching Three's Company, and that's literally just the entire show is just miscommunication trope. Like it's the king of all miscommunication tropes, but it's done so well. And when miscommunication is done well, it's so good. It can be done terribly. Like let's be
Yeah.
honest, I've read some books. I'm just like, oh god, just fucking talk to each other and have it done. But like you created the reasons as to why they were butting heads the entire time, and it was like we're all screaming just talk to each other, but we understood why. Like you gave us reasons, you gave us off ramps to understand why their characters were as hard headed as they were.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
You did. It was a fantastic book. We loved the book. We raved about it. We definitely talked about it in our book club a lot. Like it's I don't know if you've dealt with Fable a lot, but like Fable allows you to basically break everything down by chapter, and there were so many little notes. It was just like, oh my god, did you see what happened here? So that like you don't spoil things, but like it was a lot of like chapter notes. People were just like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Holy shit, what happened there? There was like so much stuff, and so it was not only was it a good book, but it created such good dialogue between us. Also, that was just a lot of fun.
Fun. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I freaking love that.
Hmm.
It makes
So
my writer heart happy.
you've had a lot of success with this book already. Like you've like this is in Target. This is like so this is kind of like the biggest book that you've put together. Like what are some of the back things that you've done there, particularly with Target? Like it was one of those things where like you seemed as excited as we were when we saw it. You were just like excited. So like walk
Yeah.
us through how that happened.
The heck if I know. I so it did feel like this book was definitely building a lot more momentum than my other two books. With my other two books, I didn't even get physical arcs from my publisher. It was all digital. And so this time around, even them saying, "Oh, we're going to print digital, physical arcs to give to early readers." That already I was like, "Oh, wait, I'm done. Like that's it. My dreams have come true. Like we're there." And so when it slowly started to building of like, "Oh, we're not only doing physical arcs, we're actually creating these boxes with goodies for readers and sending those out. We're sending them out to independent bookstores, which are my favorite. I love indie bookstores. And so that I was like, wait a minute, I've just hit the lottery. This is the coolest thing ever. And then slowly, like, I was getting more and more news, and when I got an email from my editor, and she basically said, "Hey, Target is possibly interested in, partnering up with you with in doing a special edition." I was like, "Huh?" I was so, like, baffled, and it was just it was always something that I thought would be amazing. I mean, I remember walking through the Target bookshelves before I was an author even, but even when I became an author, I'm thinking, "Oh, someday I'm gonna get there." Like, that would be that's, like, the coolest goal, to get into Target or Walmart, these places, these big box stores, where it's books are accessible to some people that they're not accessible to, physically. So there was always something I was, like, manifesting, like, "Someday I'm gonna get there." And so when I got the email that I could possibly get there, and then they were asking like, "Well, if Target does want to do something, could you possibly like write a short story to sort of like sweeten the deal, make them more excited?" And I was like, "I will do whatever it takes. Yes. Yes, I will." And so I came up with the short story, and my editor and I kind of went back and forth on it. I wrote it, we sent it in, and then Target was like, yes. And then they came out with like, we're going to also do its own, cover and add gold foiling and the whole thing. Yeah, I mean it's just so beautiful. So, yeah, it was a huge huge honor. I mean, look at her. She's gorgeous. Yeah.
It's a pretty book. Like
Yes. Yeah.
it's
It's
it's a
beautiful.
very it's a very pretty book.
It is. It's very, very pretty, and it makes me so happy to see it getting to be on the shelves and getting the love it deserves. So it's fun to like sneak in there and see her on the shelf after all of the manifesting that I did throughout the years. It's just so cool.
So, have you snuck into any Targets and signed anything?
I did, and I felt like a criminal. I felt like so sketch about it. I, well, it's funny. So, like, the first day it came out, I went into a Target just to see, and it wasn't there. And then I was like, "Oh no." And I was too like embarrassed to ask anybody, so I just left. I tucked my tail and I ran. So I was like, "Oh no, it actually maybe didn't happen. Maybe they pulled out. Maybe I don't know." And so I went back a couple days later to a different Target, and it was there, and it's the special edition was there, and then the OG, the regular edition is there as well. And yeah, I was like looking down the aisle and like making sure no one was near me, and I like quickly pulled out my pen and I was, writing it. And I heard someone like walking by and I shoved him in the shelf. Like I didn't wanna explain myself. I didn't wanna, like, point to the picture and be like, "No, I can do this." I felt like such a criminal, but yeah, I signed a few at that store. I haven't been back since. I'm too scared. Mm.
I can see you just being paranoid, running, walking into that Target, which is there. She is. She's the
Yeah,
one with the picture.
that's how I felt. I felt like cameras were on me. They were watching, like, "What is this strange woman doing scribbling on our books?" And I was just like, yeah, so you won't be catching me at that Target anytime soon. I don't.
That's so I'm only in one bookstore, and I definitely like every time I walk into the bookstore, I'm like, oh, look at those books over there. I wonder if
Yeah.
that author signed them. I did. So
I
I
love.
I I get that. It's a very fun feeling to have that. But yeah, I would love to be in a Target one day and then just like run through and just like, don't mind me. It's like, look, hold the book next to my face. See that picture right there? That's me. It's we're good. Just mind your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah,
Just just
exactly.
just mind your business, okay? I'm making you money. I'm making
Yeah,
this book more valuable. Just let me do my thing.
yeah, exactly. Mind your business, leave me alone. Yeah, I flush, I was embarrassed, yeah, I don't know. I think because I don't like talking to people when I'm out. So, like, God forbid somebody comes up to me and I have to explain things. God forbid.
Our chat is like security has a picture of her in the office. They keep pens away from her.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it again. One of the other things that I do love about this book is representation matters in literature. It Your narration, your two narrators, again, top notch. Love your audiobook narrators. That also very much helps bring us and kind of immerse us into the world that you've done. Take us through some of the things that you wanted to make sure that we included a lot of the rich culture of the Latinate culture, but also I know that in the last book, I'm all over the place already. In the last book you did, you brought in some of the culture, some of the lore and legends in here. So how much of that was well established already, or is that something that you just brought together in your own
Mm,
books?
mm. Yeah, it is
That
so
was like
important.
18 questions. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me weasel my way through these. No, it's so important to me. It's really why I started writing. It's particularly young adult novels. I wanted my kids to see themselves in the books that I write. And for generations to come, like if I can open one door for another author to pull up into, I think it's the biggest thing in the world. So, yeah, representation is so huge. I feel like so often a lot of, fantasy books pull from maybe more Eastern European or just European lore and folklore. And so it's always been very important for me to pull from Mexica, Aztec, or Mesoamerican lore and bring us into a new mythology that maybe some of us have never been exposed to before. And the Aztec like pantheon of gods and deities and monsters are so cool and scary and horrible and amazing. And so like I think any chance I get, I want to pull from that and add it into my stories. So for Carnival Fantastico, it truly wrote itself like when it comes to the magic system, when it comes to the lore that I pulled from. In Mexica lore, there is an actual god of smoke and mirrors, and obsidian mirrors are portals into the like godly realms. And so it just wrote itself. It was just so like easy to make this make sense in this world. Especially a circus carnival vibe where there are fun houses full of mirrors that we already know exist in our world. So so that part was again easy, but I always try to kind of switch out maybe the names of the deities, sort of build them into my own sort of thing, and I purposely like switch out the names and sort of create a new god or goddess or monster just because like I know to this day that people still pray to these deities, and I don't want to be like I'm taking your god and so I'm pulling from like culture, and I'm pulling from this mythos, but switching it up where I don't feel like I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody's religion or beliefs. So I'm pulling and I'm adding, but yeah, but definitely tweaking to make it a little bit different at the same time. But it's so freaking fun. I think because I'm currently writing my fourth book, and I feel like in every single book that I've written or will ever write, there will be these sort of deities playing roles in my stories. And so it's just so freaking fun to do the research and learn about these wild gods. And yeah, I love it.
Someone asked, "How can a Brit get the book?" You're in Waterstone, correct? Like you have a UK version.
Yeah,
There you go.
the UK version is also beautiful.
It
It's
is.
it's so pretty. I haven't seen it physically yet, but I saw a video, my friend was holding it, and I think it's shiny as well. So yeah, it's in the UK. My friend in Australia ordered hers, I think through Amazon, but it's the UK version because of the Commonwealth.
Mhm.
But I believe it will also come out in Australia separately at some point. But yeah, it's in the UK.
Yeah, so there is a UK version. It's not as pretty as this. This.
Not
Look,
to brag,
not to
but
brag, but this is a very pretty book.
it's pretty. It's pretty. Yeah.
So yes, yeah. So we have an Australian person that's coming through. That it was just like, oh yeah, we can let Cozy know that there is a book available in Australia as well. Um,
Yeah.
so you've kind of branched out a little bit as far as your writing chops. I do very much remember reading A Christmas Tale that
Yeah.
had some spice to it. Had some glitter in
Yes. Yes.
unusual places, shall we say.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
I was not expecting that at all. I was like, "Oh, that was a thing that happened."
Oh my gosh, yes. Good
So,
time.
I need to know your thought processes on writing something that is not YA, that is like it's considerably more spicy.
Yeah.
Um maybe a little more on the cinnamon side because it was a Christmas story, but like
Yeah.
yes.
Cinnamon spice. Yeah. Yeah. So I co-host a podcast of the Publishing Persuasion, and my co-host is Australian. Just a side note, just for you guys to know. But she and I, for fun, every once in a while would read these like short, smutty novellas, and just because they're so funny and they're so well written. But they're like the first one we read was a sentient object short story about a woman falling for a door.
Oh yeah, Unhinged.
Unhinged, yeah. I listened to the audiobook. So good. It's so because there's sound effects and you just have
Oh
to
Jesus.
you just have to. It's so phenomenal. And so we periodically read these and talk about them on the show. And so we're like just randomly like, what if we just wrote something and like put together an anthology with some of our like listeners? And so we did it, and it turned into Jingle These Bells, and it is a hot holiday anthology, and it's so funny and fun and heartfelt. It's got so many different great amazing stories in it, and it was a blast to write. My story is about a woman falling for the abominable snow monster. And the cover's really pretty too.
It's a pretty cover.
Yeah, shout out to Robin Alvarez. She did our cover design and she wrote a story in it. Um, so it was interesting though writing it, knowing that I am a young adult author and like jumping into that. So I definitely knowing that my name was attached to it, like I definitely feel like I sort of held back and I was like kind of timid about it, a little bit nervous about it. But I did have so much fun that I secretly created a pen name and wrote a short story or a novella that is out now under the name Monty Amor. Monty Amor.
Which I haven't
It's
picked up yet because I want to.
yeah, yes. It's called BookCon Carry On. And it was a blast to write. I didn't like for the longest time I didn't tell anybody that I even wrote it because I just was like, let me just see if I can do it. Let me just see what I can do. And then it just turned into a whole thing. My friend Robin Alvarez was like, "Yeah, I have a publishing company. Let me just publish it for you." And I was like, we're doing this. And so now it's out and I'm going to be selling it at the book conference I'm going to tonight. And so, yeah, it's been a fun interesting little journey.
I am picking that up too. I don't have it with me right now, but I am definitely going to be picking that one up because it was like I need to see what this is going to be like. So, what is the difference between writing YA and that's like because again, you say you held back on this book, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was
oh,
fun.
it was a great story. Absolutely loved the story. It was beautiful. Like it was a very sweet story. Like remove the smut from it, it was actually a very heartwarming story. It was very nice. It was very fun. It was very festive. It hit all the notes that it needed to. And then spice.
Yeah. It's a good time. Good time for all.
Exactly. Yeah, we had a couple people. It was just like if that's holding back.
Yeah, try read BookCon Carry On and let me know. Or don't. It's
Oh,
fine. You don't have to.
I will. 100%. It's getting bought.
Yeah. I think it's on sale right now on Amazon. So
Well, that's
I
how I
think
bought.
the
That's how I
paperback
bought
is on
Carnival and Fantastico. You were just like, hey, I think Target has the buy one get one half off, and I was like, done. Bought one for me, and bought one for the stream. Honey is
I love
getting it.
that.
We did the giveaway before you got on, so like that's gonna be sent
Yes.
out to Honey, and everything like that. So yeah.
Yay. I
So
love it.
give us that process. Like, is that something that you were expecting to do? Is that a lot of work to do with separate pen names and things like that? Like, it seems like an extra nightmare.
Well, that's what I was the most nervous about, like going and because self-pubbed or indie pubbed it, but that was my biggest worry when it came to this sort of venture was like, how do I do everything? Because it's so much work. Because like on the trad space, obviously, yeah, it's hard work, but you're not doing all the things. You're not uh, getting editors, they're there for you, like it's so different. So I was so intimidated by it, but my friend Robin, she has done it before, and she is so like savvy and just like badass businesswoman. So she was like, you write, I'll do everything else, and like I'll pull you under my pub house, Tides Collide Publishing. So I was like, okay. Because if it was just me, I probably wouldn't have done it because I would have been too intimidated by the workload.
Mhm.
So thank God, honestly, for her. And she helped me edit it. And it was just her and I, and then like a few friends that read it. But yeah, it was definitely like knowing I was doing it under pen name was freeing. And just where I was like, "Ah, I don't have to worry about all the other things that I worry about when I'm writing young adult in particular. I think in every story I write, I've noticed like the theme, they are very like heartfelt. There are, I really and truly do believe in the power of love and friendship. And so I think maybe that's cheesy, but I think it'll be in everything I write ever. Um, Even if I write something dark, I think I'll always try to find the light in any of the stories that I write. But when it comes to writing young adult, I'm very conscious that young adult readers will be picking this story up. And so I'm very, like I'm always thinking, what are like the lessons I'd love to, infuse into these stories, talking about consent, talking about being treated as you should be treated. Like these are the sort of things that I'm always aware of when I'm writing young adult. And so as I went into this like smutty, fun, ridiculous story, I didn't have to necessarily think of these themes that I'm trying to like partake or, offer up. I could just write something ridiculous. Did I also find a space to like empower women? Yes. And so so it was there. It just happened so naturally and easy. Did I write friendships within this story that are powerful and beautiful? Yes. But it wasn't like something where I was like, I need to teach a lesson. It was just like, and
It's fun.
yeah, you just throw that in there.
um, somebody's asking. We need to know what the name of the dog is that is walking around. We need names.
This is Smokey. He's our diva dog. We live on property, and so we have dogs that are like our guardian dogs, our livestock guardians. They're out, working, you know, protecting the chickens and the goats and all that. And then we have Smokey, our mini schnauzer, um, that is protecting us from invisible things outside. He likes to pitter patter, especially like whenever I'm doing this, he always has to make sure people see him. So yeah, that's Smokey the Schnauzer.
Everyone's just like, dog,
Yeah.
ask about the dog.
He's he's so funny because I think he's like taken on our personality traits. So he's rather introverted. I mean, like he loves his family, but when we have people over, he just stands and stares at them until they leave. And it's makes people uncomfortable. So he's just so
It's like,
awkward and I just
excuse
love it.
me, you're in my space.
Yeah,
Can you
he literally
leave?
he does every time. Like we can't have we have to like do something about I mean, I don't because I think it's hilarious, but like we'll sit on the couch and he just stares and he won't move until they leave. And I just think it's so funny. He's very me, you know.
It's come people just like, I'm just gonna start staring at people until they leave. It's like it's a
It's
very good
effective.
thing to have. It
Yeah, it
is.
works because he really does creep people out until they go.
We just got a new dog, and he every now and then he'll pop up and say hi to everybody. But he's right now he's very introverted because we just got him for the pound, so it's very much like he still has a lot of separation anxiety.
Mm.
Oh man, when somebody leaves the house, we know someone left the house
Oh, yeah.
for a while. And then when that person comes back to the house, oh look, it's quiet again because the
Oh,
dog's
yeah.
not flipping out.
A lot to learn
So
for him. Yeah.
yeah, so that's really awesome. I can't wait to read the next book. Because yeah, it's gonna be fun. I like I said, I had a lot of fun with the Christmas stories. When you mentioned it the last time you were here, I was just like, I'm buying that so quick.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really
And
do.
it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. But you also said you're writing another book.
Yes, I am.
So
Yes.
what can you tell us without being without spoiling?
Yeah, yeah, it hasn't been announced yet. But this is my fourth book with my same publisher with Joy Revolution. It is, to be honest, it's been very intimidating to write it. I have been like a nervous wreck with with every step of the way. It feels very big and like heavy on fantasy, world building. It's it's called The Immortal Undoing, and it basically is about a god that has come to prepare the earth for it to be devoured. And he gods cannot be seen by human eyes. He is accidentally seen by a human girl, and his power gets taken and put inside of her. And so it's about him trying to convince her to give him his power back, but the twist is if she does, she gets killed um, in reverse. And so it's just about these two trying to figure out how not to die before the world ends. So it's very big. There are feathered serpents that fly in this story, and lots of Mashika lore again. And so yeah, it's huge, and I'm very scared, and I keep like keep shivering and shaking, and I've written I've written the whole story, but it's still so messy and there's still so much I have to build up and change. And so it is like my first draft is due in May, and I'm traveling a lot because my Carnival Fantastico just came out. So yeah, so it's been really, really amazing, and I'm really excited about it, but it's very scary. But I think it's like a good scary. It's like stretching and putting on the big girl chops, big girl
Mm.
pants, chaps.
They're asking when it drops, and if you just have your first draft out, there's no way you know when this book is dropping yet. So
No, the only thing I know is it's set for fall of 2027.
okay.
But like when and the hows and all that I don't know yet, but I know it's gonna be great. That's gonna be so good.
It sounds amazing, and it definitely sounds something we'd love to have you back, obviously,
Yes, I would be
because
ready.
that actually sounds amazing. I'm in the middle
Yay.
of editing right now. I'm going crazy with it. It is fun. It's fantasy. It's world building and things like that. And somehow I've added 20,000 words onto the thing, and it's like I know I should be like, eh, I don't know. It's driving me insane. I love it. It's fun, but man, editing. Have you ever felt that you're like, I am a good writer, and then you get to the editing stage and like, I am a shitty writer.
Every day. Every damn day. Yes. I like editing more than I like drafting. Like, I like it like, once I have it on the page and it's like things are where they belong, then I, like, love going back and adding things and tweaking, but the drafting, oh my gosh, I just, like, seeing a blank page is, like, it's hell. I hate it. So,
See,
yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I love a blank page. I'm like, ooh, sandbox.
Yeah.
And I can go play. And then after I got done, and then it was just like, I left this child alone in a sandbox. What was I thinking? And that's kind of how I'm dealing with it right now. Because like I have my goal is 4 books this year, and
Wow.
that's a lofty goal.
Yeah.
There three of them are done. So like it's not like I'm starting from scratch. Like the books are done. It's just a matter of editing to get everything done. So like 3 of them are
Wow.
done. I just haven't written one, but like the 3 are done. We're just in the process of editing and things like that. So like my goal is my birthday. So like May, which
Okay. Oh,
we're
okay.
yeah, it for 1 book. Now we're not all 4 books. One, and then
Got it.
summer, and then fall, and then somewhere in the middle we're getting that 4th book in there. But like, yeah, I love the blank page feel too, because like I also have the podcast with my co-author, and we're just constantly writing stories. So I'm writing a new story every 2 weeks, uh, for just like new horror. So like that's like my writing exercises and things like that to kind of get through. So like that's a lot of fun. But like, man, editing sucks for me.
Oh. Yeah.
But
It's funny how everybody has a different process and, like, how our brains all work so differently. But by May, you got this. We got this.
I think
It's
so.
gonna be
I'm halfway
great.
through. I'm halfway through the editing process. So like, I sent it off to my line editor, um, probably the next like 2 weeks or so. So then line editing and then proofreading and then arc readers. That should be fun. It
So much.
like with the other books we did, the other books that were horror anthologies, we didn't do arc readers and things like that. So like now all of these things are now becoming more and more daunting, where
Mm,
it's like you add the new layer, that you add the new layer, because like editing a short story book is so easy, because
yeah.
it's like you only need to be consistent for like 10 pages, like 5 pages, 10 pages. You can hold a story together very easily for like 5 to 10 pages, but 400 pages hurts.
Oh my gosh. It's so freaking true. It's so freaking true. It's like a short story, a novella is like, I got this. I can get this done in 2 days. Yeah, a whole ass book is like a whole other beast. So yeah. I
Mm,
I I I commend all authors because it's such a labor of love and it's like so much. So yeah. It's a lot.
yeah, I know for some of the podcasts, I've had a story done like the hour before we go live for the podcast. I was like, we're good, we're fine. And then then I read the story, I'm like, this is a pretty good story. We're fine. We know what we're
Oh.
doing. And then we go back to editing this book. I'm like, oh no, you're a terrible person again.
Yeah, you learn a lot about yourself when you decide to do this, you know?
Yes,
You
I learned that pantsing is not necessarily the greatest way to go.
Yeah. You're like, "And then this happens, and then this happens." Yeah, I feel like I have to, like, sort of like now I've learned my process is a lot different from when I started, but I have to do an outline, and then but I do love pantsing also, like, I love exploring as I write, and so it's like, then I have to go back to the beginning and make it look like I did it on purpose, you know?
I've had a couple of those moments. I was just like, oh man, this is so good. I bet you thought that I had this planned the whole time. Nope. 5 minutes
Yeah,
before it went paper, there it was.
yeah, exactly. Those are my favorite moments.
Hmm. Um, so we've gone through so much of what you've done so far. Um, what else do you have coming up? Like, what is something that you maybe that's on your plate, but like on a back burner kind of thing that you kind of have um there? I know with your schedule right now, you're getting very very busy with this book launch, and then you have the next books coming through and everything like that. Like, is there anything that you haven't explored yet that you're thinking you might wanna at some point?
Yeah, honestly, yes. I'd love to, and I have like the beginning of an idea. I haven't like fully fleshed it out, but I'd love to try and do like an adult horror romantasy, or like, or whatever, the however you mash those words together. I'd love to do that. Um I and I think like, I think romance and horror just blend well together in many ways. It's like the high stakes, the all of that sort of stuff. So, I'd like to try and dabble in there. I'd like to try and like get into that world. I have ideas, but nothing's like fully fleshed out. So I think like once I finish writing The Immortal Undoing, that I'll try and fully flesh something out and see where I go. But yeah, I mean, I kind of love horror. I love it, but I also like it's scary. So, but I love like the genre. I love reading horror books. So, I think this would be fun. I think I'd love to try it. Give it a whirl.
I lit up the moment you said it because I actually have a story that I'm working for. It's a horror romance.
Huh? Yeah.
It's a serial killer who falls in love with one of his victims who he's already killed.
Oh
A
shit.
a necromancer is fucking with him and bringing back all of his victims to
Oh
haunt
my.
him in real life,
Oh
and
my.
he falls in love with one of the people that he already killed. It's like it's one of those things where I was just like, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're like, how dark can I go? Oh, I can go dark.
Yeah, I love the romance side. I know the unhinged thing. I have a sentient comic book one that was coming out this year. That's gonna be a fun one. But
Oh,
yeah, my thing is like if I'm gonna write romance, it's gonna be fun and completely off kilter. My wolf shifter romance will be out probably sometime next year whenever I finish writing it. That's a werewolf who can only shift into a human 1 day a month.
love that.
Yeah, it's just it's fun. I love the sandbox part of
Yeah.
storytelling. So I love that's one of the things that I love this series that we've been able to do and talk to authors. And thank you so much again for being so gracious with your time. We appreciate when authors come and sit down with us, because they can offer so much more insight into the process of putting stories together, and they like no author I believe has the same journey to get where they go.
Mm,
So it's always fun when we get to listen to those stories from people like you that just have a different process than I do, and then a different process than, like, for example, like Diana Rodriguez Wallach or Abigail Owen or of these people that have come through. So like everybody who's come through, and even though this is your second time being here, like it's still such a fun thing to talk to you about the process.
yeah. No, I love it. It's so fun to talk to authors and like pick their brains and see their strange little minds at work. I love it. Yeah. And I appreciate you having me on.
Okay, so any last moment things, like you said you have another book coming out. Do we have anything coming on into the Spicer side, or you got like one book out and you're good?
I think I might explore like more stories in my BookCon carry-on world. Maybe
Okay.
explore the friendships and who they find at the BookCon. So you'll have to just read it to know why I'd want to explore their stories. Yeah. Read BookCon carry on.
Oh, it's getting done. Like as soon as I hit end stream today, I'm buying it. It's coming. It'll be in Amazon. It'll be here within 2 days, unless you went through Ingram Sparks, and it'll be here like 3 to 5 or 7 days. I don't know.
I know, I
It's
know. I think it's so strange. I'm learning. I have learned, since doing this. Like, yeah. And it's strange, like kind of the mercy that you're under when it comes to these sort of things. But I guess that's just in life, which
hmm
is a whole other thing.
yeah. So like we've dealt with this from the author for the indie author side, but we've that it's a little bit different on the trad published side. Like, how do you handle your travel schedule and things like that? Like the book cons you go through. I don't think necessarily you have the terrifying stories that like indie authors have a lot, because like I don't know if you've been off of TikTok for a month, but like yet another book con has exploded
Oh
and
no.
took a
Well, okay. I
Dreamers
heard
and
about this on
Readers.
Threads.
Yeah, Dreamers and Readers like canceled the con 2 weeks before the event started.
My gosh.
Yeah, so like does any of that come into the back of your head, or like are you just kind of like, yay, trad pub, they send me where I'm going and it's all established, and things like that? Like, is there a difference in the mindset of your travel plans?
Uh yeah, I think so. Because I do get sent most everywhere. On my publishers or the BookCon's dime. So for me, in the beginning, like I wasn't worried about trying to sell books to like recoup the money. So I think the pressure wasn't there. The pressure for me was getting on a panel and trying to get exposed to as many readers as I can so they can see my books, so that my publisher now sees that I am like a viable person to back, So there's like a different sort of pressure. um it's not necessarily like the money's not coming right to me when someone's buying something. It's going to them, which ultimately, my publisher, which ultimately hopefully shows keep going, like keep sending her, keep buying her books, so it's like a different sort of game that I'm playing. um Now that I have like BookCon carry on and Jingle These Bells, I have things I can bring. And I can also sell my own books that I have published as well. But now I have my own skin in the game, so that's like a really fun um, challenge. It's like a really fun adventure to do. But again, every con that I've gone to, with the exception of last, whenever that was, Valentine's weekend, I went myself to Love and Lit Con in San Diego. And it was kind of like for me, it was like a writer's retreat as well, because I spent a lot of time in my hotel room working on my damn book. So that was a different experience of me like, oh no, I need to sell some books so I can kind of recoup the cost. But I didn't. I didn't recoup the cost. And you know what? It's okay, because I had such a great, great, amazing weekend that I was like, okay, I've been very fortunate. Sorry if my internet has, hopefully my
Okay,
internet.
that was your end. I was just checking. I was like, oh my god, because like I've got some processing problems. I was like, oh god, wait.
Oh, it's always me. Always blame
Okay.
me. It's country living.
Do you know where you're going to be going this year? Do you have any plans on coming to the East Coast, coming to the Midwest, things like that?
Yeah, I will be. I'm going next weekend. I'm going to Texas for the North Texas Teen Book Festival, I think it's called. I'll be back in Texas. I can't tell you where, when, or where, but in March. And then in April, I will be. Oh my gosh, I don't remember where I'm going. I will be in New York for BookCon.
Oh, okay.
And then a few other places in California that haven't. I don't think BookCon's been announced yet, actually, but oh well. Hey everybody, I'm going to BookCon. Um, but yeah, so I know I'll be in New York, which I'm really excited about because I've never been. So I'm gonna take my daughter and we'll just you know explore while I can.
Oh, that's gonna be
Yeah,
awesome.
while we have time. Yeah, so it should be fun. I hope.
Yeah,
That's
it
about
could
it.
be.
That's about all I've got planned.
No problem. Hey, I mean that means if I want to go visit, I gotta visit in New York. It's only like 3
Come
hours.
on down or up, I suppose.
Yeah, it's only like 3 hours. It's not that bad.
Okay, nice.
All right, guys. Again, we want to thank the amazing Angela Montoya, the writer of Carnival Fantastico, right there. I and I told you this the last time, but every time I hear this book, every time I hear the book, it's like Don Julio. It's Carnival Fantastico. I feel like it's Sábado Gigante all over again every single time I say it. I can't say Fantastico normal. It's always Fantastico. I
Yes.
don't know
It's
why
the
I
way
do
it
that.
should be said. It's
It
how it should
should
be
be
said.
Carnival
Yes,
Fantastico.
exactly. Every time. Please.
Yes, particularly with a luchador dressed all in black with a trumpet.
Love that. Yes.
Thank you for guys for coming back again. Carnival Fantastico. Also, we have also Jingle These Bells if you still want some holiday cheer. And then we also have BookCon Carry On
Yes. Yeah.
from the amazing Monty Moore. She looks very strikingly like Angela Montoya.
Yeah. It's the
I
weirdest.
believe I believe that if you buy that person's book, Angela will also appreciate it also.
She will. She will indeed. Yes. For no
Just a
reason.
thought. For no reason whatsoever. Just because
Yeah.
she wants to cheer on other authors.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Angela, thank you so very much. I genuinely appreciate you being here again. Would love to get you back on next year when that book comes out because it sounds amazing.
Thank you.
And I genuinely do appreciate you being here, guys. Angela Montoya, guys, thank you so very, very much. I appreciate you being here, and we will catch you guys next time.
All right. Bye, everybody.